Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. It's new build day. We have today the 1966 Batmobile. So let's get into it, let's get building. Right, so here we are, we have the Batmobile. So again, it's from Fanhome, and we always get this nice little letter. It's like a welcome letter. So the journey begins here. We have the two magazines, which I'll show you through in a moment, but what I want to show you is this little booklet or leaflet, and it tells you about the TV series, what you're also going to get, a detailed description of the model, and with all the working parts laid out like that. Also have what we will get as free gifts. Now this might change, but at the moment we've got posters. You're going to get a cap, a mug, and we're also going to get a license plate. And the very final thing is that this opens up to be an absolutely massive poster, and I can barely get that on the top camera, but that looks absolutely brilliant. So we fold that one away and we'll have a look at the parts. So we've got issue 1, and as you can see, that is the bonnet, and I will give you a flick through the magazine before we get into actually building it up. So we've got a bit about the TV show. We have the Great Batman comics, Batman Year by Year, and then we have the step-by-step. And as you can see on this one, building up the bonnet or the hood. And we also have the bat phone. And that's what we'll end up with at the end of the stage. Right, so this is everything we get in stage 1. And I've got my partware upgrades map up here because we do have this nice bit of metal. And this is obviously the bonnet or the hood, looking absolutely fantastic. And got the partware upgrades mat just so we can protect it, because we will be assembling it something like that. We do have a screwdriver. We always get one of these. I personally am not going to use them. As usual, going to use my iFixit screwdriver because I find it much better. Certainly got a lot more grip to it. You can also use a larger screwdriver handle. Depends on what you're used to, but that's a PH1, but you might also need a PH0 as well. Now, we do have quite a lot of screws. We've got some AM screws here, and we are going to start off this build by screwing directly into metal. So I am going to dip these screws into oil. It'll just help to cut the threads in the metalwork. But we've basically got all these AM screws, and we're going to be putting them in the holes that you can see around here. We're not putting anything in these two holes or these two holes here, but all the others will have an AM screw. Right, so got all those screws in there now. As you can see, we're not putting anything in these two, these two, these two, or these two holes. But all the others, as you can see, have been secured in place. And that's all we're doing with the hood today. The next thing we've got to do is put the base on the bat phone. And that's as simple as pushing it in like that. And that's it. Now, I have wondered, I've seen people say about putting an LED in this to get it light up and flash. With that base removable, it could quite be possible. You might just have to make this a little bit thinner to get the light to shine through it, but could be possible, could be a good mod. That is all there is to do in stage 1. And as very usual with these part works, we've got the bonnet, we've now got the first wheel. So again, have another look through. So as well as the wheel, it looks like we also have the antenna. And that's what we're going to be left with at the end of this stage. So we've got a couple of different types of screws this time. We've got some CP screws and some EP screws. So just get those out in preparation. And we're going to start off by assembling the wheel. Now that's metal, as is that. And then we've got this plastic cap that'll go over the top. We have the tyre, which is very solid. In fact, that even feels almost plastic than rubber. I'm sure it is rubber, but I'm not convinced. That could be plastic. Not what I was expecting, because that's not deforming. If I press it, I think that's a plastic wheel, plastic tyre, which is a bit disappointing considering we normally get rubber tyres. But anyway, moving on. We're going to assemble the wheel. Right, so we're going to take our wheel or our tyre. We're going to place that silver front piece in, like so. And then on the back, we're going to place this in the back. And I think this might be a bit of a tight fit. There we go. Get it pushed through. That's going to go within that plastic section there. And then we've got this piece that's just going to go on the back. And then we've got the CP screws to secure that in place. Now, this is just going into plastic, so we're not going to use any oil for this one. So that's the first wheel, looking just like that. Next we have our Bat logo, and we have our center hub, and we're just going to be placing those together like so. I'm just going to push that in like that. Now we're not actually putting that on the wheel, but we do need to have a quick look at it like that, don't we? Now I'm hoping there's going to be some way of securing that in, because that's very, very loose, as you can see. But that looks absolutely brilliant like that. Right, we're now going to move on to the antenna. So we've got this piece, and this piece, and we have this piece, which I believe is the bat radar. And we have this very small piece as well. So we're going to, first of all, extend it, like so. We're going to be placing it in here, ensuring that we line up these holes. And we're going to be placing an EP screw in both sides to secure that into that housing. So just ensuring that the holes line up. That's one in. That's the second one in. So we've got it looking just like that. We're then going to take our antenna, or the radar, that's going to sit on top there. And then we have this piece, which is just going to screw into the top. Just like so. That's going to be just like that. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Now, it's probably a good idea that to put that somewhere very, very safe, because I'm sure we're not going to be needing this piece for quite some time. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give me a big thumbs up. So that's the beginning of our 1966 Batmobile. It looks absolutely fantastic. If you want to see how that progresses or anything else that goes on in the workshop, please do remember to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell, and then you'll be notified when I release the next videos. Until next time, I'll see you around. Cheers!